भैया स्कोर किया क्या? अबे अपनी बात कर, क्रिकेटर्स की नहीं।
हाई होने के लिए काउंटर पे जाने की जरूरत नहीं है ना।
ब्लैक लिप्स क्यों है? इसके बहुत रीजंस तुमने ढूंढ के ही रखे होंगे।
मैथ्स का मैट्रिक सिस्टम इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं लगा कभी, बट आज ग्राम का मीनिंग समझ ही गया।
बचपन में सलाइन से दूर भागते थे और आज इंजेक्शन लेने खुद ही भागते हो।
डैड के पैसे जॉइंट के रूप में जेब में सड़ते ही होंगे।
सॉन्ग्स लिस्ट में ट्रिपल सॉन्ग सबसे पहले आते होंगे।
रोल कर, ये बात तुम ऊपर बैठी गई होगी।
ब्राउन पेपर भाव तो सुना ही होगा।
पहले 10 रीजन थे ना ड्रग्स नहीं करने के, आज 10 रीजन होंगे ड्रग्स क्यों करें।
This is a synthetic drug that can alter your state of mind, raising excited delirium, body
fatalities and accidents.
rocking the night away with party drugs has become pretty much routine among regular college students. Well, the Delhi police have arrested 3 people with 275 grams of latest party drug.
Meow meow is an epidemic in the city of Mumbai and other metros.
Trying to stop whatever we're doing.
Over 500 kilograms of meow meow, that's the latest drug to be banned, found in just 2 days in Maharashtra.
Narcotics and drugs, these are the two main challenges which the police all over the country is facing. In Navi Mumbai, in the year 2016, we have started one separate cell for that to control these narcotic cells. You are very well aware these narcotics are basically of two types. One is the natural base and second is the chemical base. These natural based narcotics which is freely available in the country, but basically this chemical based narcotics which are coming from the outside the country, and in this chemical based narcotics most of the organized criminals they are involved in it.
The percentage of people converting from addicted to de-addicted is merely low. The statistics shows around 5%. Now why the number is so low? The number is low because it becomes very difficult for a person who is addicted for let's say 5 years or 10 years to get de-addicted within few weeks. So what we eventually do is we prefer doing the preventive action than really de-addicting someone.
Drugs abuse is like taking toxic substances for longer duration. The effects of drugs can be depend on for how much time drugs has been taken. If it is for short duration, the effects are less. If drug duration is for longer, then the effects are more toxic on your body. And the effects also depend on the way it has been gone into your body. If it is an injection form, it enters into your blood directly. It causes immediate effects. If it is in the form of inhalation or ingestion, then the effects are delayed.
मतलब मेरे भाइयों ने मुझे एडमिट किया, मेरे भाई ने और मेरी फैमिली ने। मतलब मैं इतना रॉक बॉटम में गिर गया था बाहर कि मुझे खुद को नहीं समझ में आता था कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ एडिक्शन में। और मैं सब ड्रग्स यूज़ करता था, उसमें मुझे खुद को कुछ समझ नहीं आता था कि मैं क्या करता हूँ क्या नहीं। लेकिन जब मेरे भाई ने यहाँ इधर से भी एड्रेस यहाँ से निकाले, हारमोनी फाउंडेशन का एड्रेस निकाले, मुझे यहाँ एडमिट किया, तो मैं यही सोचता था कि मुझे यहाँ कहाँ पे लाके एडमिट कर दिया है। और मेरे घर वालों के प्रति मुझे इतना रिजाइनमेंट था कि मुझे कहाँ लाके डाल।
95% मेरे पास ऐसे पेशेंट थे जिनको पता ही नहीं था कि उनको रिहाब में एडमिट होना है, तो उनको भी मोटिवेट करना हम लोग को जरूरी होता है कि भाई आगे डिटॉक्स के बाद जो सेकंड फेज है उनका, इसमें हम उनके रूट कॉज पे काम करते हैं। रूट कॉज पे इसके लिए काम करते हैं कि हमको ही पता चला, नहीं तो आज बोलते हैं कि हमने नशा किया तो क्यों किया, इसके वजह से किया। आज मैंने नशा क्यों किया, उस बंदे की वजह से नशा किया। लेकिन हम लोग का मेन मोटिव होता है कि हमको सेकेंड फेज में आफ्टर डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन उनको हम लोग रूट कॉज पे जाए। रूट कॉज पे जाने पर हमको पता चलता है कि कंदे नशा वाकई ये क्यों कर रहा था। उसमें हमारे 3 अलग अलग कोर्स होते हैं, जैसे कि पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट कोर्स है, एटीट्यूड मैनेजमेंट कोर्स है, फिर एंगर मैनेजमेंट कोर्स है। ये सब हम लोग का जो तीनों कोर्स है उसको हम अलग अलग तरीके से डिवाइड कर देते हैं। हम लोग कन्फ्रंटेशन जो होता है, एनकाउंटर सेशंस है जिसमें हमारा एंगर मैनेजमेंट कवर होता है, एटीट्यूड मैनेजमेंट है जिसमें हमारा कन्फर्टेशन जो हमारा मेन बेस होता है प्रोग्राम के अंदर.
Drugs mainly act on your brain and they act on the neurotransmitters called as dopamine and serotonin. These are the mood elevators of the brain system. Because of these drugs you feel elated and happy. So after some time you are become addicted to these drugs because you want to have that pleasure of enjoying that moment and illusion kind of thing. All those things lead to a phenomena called craving. Craving is a phenomena because of which you will not be able to sustain your day-to-day activities without taking that drug.
मुझे पहली बार तो मैंने जब देखा था तो मेरी एज थी कुछ 15-16 एज थी मेरी. तो हमारे वहाँ माइन के अंदर जो सीनियर सिटीजन लोग रहते वो स्मोक करते थे. तो उनको देख के मुझे भी ऐसा लगता था कि ये चीज़ मुझे भी यूज़ करना चाहिए. एक मतलब न्यू जनरेशन के हिसाब से मुझे ऐसा लगा कि ये चीज़ यूज़ करके देखो एक बार. और आज मैं अगर अपने आप को मिरर में देखता हूँ तो मुझे खुद बहुत अच्छा महसूस होता है कि मैं यहाँ पे हारमोनियम फाउंडेशन के अंदर हूँ. और मेरे घर वाले भी मुझसे यहाँ पे मिल के गए तो उन लोगों ने भी देखा कि मतलब मेरे अंदर कितना चेंजेस आया.
Skin related changes due to drug addiction are many. The most important one is the acne flare which is caused due to drugs. They get more wilder kind of acne with flare up and severe reaction. The other thing is loss of elasticity of the skin. Due to loss of elasticity, there is more wrinkles, the nasolabial fold gets deepened, the under eye circles are more darker, and the people look more aged. The age of the person looks like in 20 years older than the current age.
The recent finding which we have noticed is most of the Nigerian people, those are involved in these drug rackets. Basically, they came here on educational visas, and after expiry of the visa, they are getting involved in this kind of rackets. We even have arrested a very important accused in this Nigerian racket we recently have arrested, is still in jail. The government is very serious about it, and that's the reason they enacted this Drugs Act. The Narcotic Drugs Act which we are having, the maximum punishment which is there for consumption, for production, for distribution, for selling is up to 20 years. Most of the offences are non-cognizable, and the important provision which they have made in this Narcotic Act is that it is very difficult for the persons to get a bail. They have done it in the three phases: small quantity, medium quantity and commercial quantity. If anybody is found with the commercial quantity of narcotics, and it is very difficult for them to get the bail.
The Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985, commonly known as NDPS Act. It's a crime against the nation. It weakens the very fabric of the nation, traps the innocent youngsters into its web, and endangers the future of the nation. It's a crime of morals. This act has 5 chapters divided into 50 sections and further subsections and clauses. There have been a lot of amendments to this act, right commencing from 1989 up to now. About this act deals about the substances that fall within this act, that is, namely the charas, ganja, cannabis plant, crude cocaine, opium, cocoa leaf, and such other things. Any mixture of substance not containing more than 0.1% of the above ingredients comes within the ambit of this act.
We find very good responses, very positive responses from the youngsters who attend these de-addiction workshops. Surprisingly, when we carry out such workshops in various colleges and institutions, we find the hall is full of youngsters of age group between 17 to 20, 24. Which it clearly indicates that it's not the problem with the youngsters. It's not that the youngsters were convinced of taking substance addiction. It's the people around them who convince them to get into such kind of addiction.
I think they think that it is more easy way to handle stress because they have tension. We all have tension. और they think it was an easy way to forget that for some time.
उसे तो शुरू में आदत नहीं होती है, बट संगत होता है साथी लोग से वो धीरे धीरे लेता है उसको एक बार, देखते हैं क्या होता है, फिर धीरे धीरे उसको उसकी ज़रूरत महसूस होती है तो फिर उसको कहीं से भी चाहिए होता है.
When you hit thing, it's like, you know, whatever new you're exposed to, you just want to try it. Drugs, कर लो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो.
And basically once you try, you get like एक बार किया, एक और बार करते करते you do it so many times you don't even remember how many times you
It's the addiction.
and that's the addiction
Actually, because it drives you crazy.
In real life, many of these movie stars and these actresses, they are caught up in the news with all the drugs and all. Maybe that's
sometimes partially yes, no, both. Yes, because everything is too open these days. Very, very open. I mean, people who do not know also get to know it through the movies.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the major.
And it depends on you. अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है देख के कि हाँ fascinating, then it's वो movie पे depend करता है. And then अगर आपको नहीं अच्छा लगता है.
Unfortunately, the action which has been taken by the police, we could able to lay hands on these peddlers or the foot soldiers. But most of the time, the brain remains out of the clutch of the law. So it is an effort on the part of the Navi Mumbai police to see that the brains or the main operator of this gang should be behind the bar.
Drug can cause changes into your brain also and or your body also. So the mainly effects of drugs are divided into two categories, like psychological effects and the physical effects. Craving is the most important psychological effect. The other psychological effects are like changes in the mood, then violent behavior. They don't feel happy in their day-to-day activities. Sometimes they are depressed.
मुझे मालूम नहीं था कि मुझे ये सब चीज़ के इतना एकदम हेडिक हो जाऊंगा मैं वो सब चीज़ का. तो मैंने वो यूज़ करते करते मेरे और कुछ दोस्त भी थे जो फ्रेंड्स ये सब चीज़ यूज़ करते थे और इतना उसके अंदर डीप में चला गया कि मुझे खुद को नहीं मालूम पड़ा कि ये चीज़ के मेरे बीमारी हो चुकी है.
The drug-related changes on the hair are mostly reversible, but if they are taken for the short duration. If the drugs are taken for longer duration, like for many years, the changes become irreversible and the aging changes are mostly prominent.
Basically, these peddlers, the modus operandi which they are following is that they are targeting the young people. Whatever criminals which we have arrested in the last 2016, one thing which we have noticed, nowadays they are targeting the educational institutions. Initially, they are giving it as a free samples. The main reason which they are telling to the youngsters, it helps you to increase your concentration, it helps you to remain awake, it helps you to create a different kind of pleasure. And just to, for the sake of tasting, sometimes most of the people, they fell prey to this kind of temptations. And once they fell prey to that, after consuming 3 to 4 times, they get addicted to that.
There is a lot of conviction from the youngsters' mindset point of view that they really don't want to get into such kind of addiction, be it smoking, be it hookah, be it alcohol. So if we can convince these youngsters with the data and convince them with the ill effects of addiction, I'm sure the country is going to survive and the youngsters are going to survive and the youngsters are going to have a very healthy life and we have better life for them going forward.
On the day